How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. I'm Sam Holcman. Thanks for joining me. And this particular episode is regarding the missing silo in the B.A.I.T model. Now, for those of you that have heard about the B.A.I.T model, this hopefully will give you a little bit of information about one crucial part that seems to be missing. For those of you that don't know what the B.A.I.T model is, it generally stands for Business Application Information and Technology, B.A.I.T, that some people practice and refer to it as enterprise architecture. Much has been written about this all the way back to its origins when it used to be called the IT stack. So lots and lots of things out there. The internet or other sources are filled with things, and all of us know the accuracy, if I can use that phrase, of things on the internet in general, so I'm not going to comment on that. But one of the crucial things that people are finding out, especially when they come to us for our approach to enterprise architecture beyond the model that I referenced to, the B.A.I.T model, the first thing they see is what we refer to as the understanding of the human resources, the people. So if you're using the B.A.I.T silos, the people silo is something that you should add. So it's business application for technology information, or some people call it the I, infrastructure and technology. Usually it's information. So what is this people silo I'm talking about? Well, as I mentioned, with this model, you are actually developing silos, which has its own issues and weaknesses, of course. But let's move forward here. So the people model is, in our view, one of the 6 principal real enterprise architecture models. We believe there are 6 fundamental models, and that's what we practice, not only believe from a theory standpoint, from a practice standpoint, over thousands of engagements and multitudes for the past 40 plus years of training people on this. So you have a goals model, a process model, we call a materials model. Some people call it data model. That's not correct in the architecture standpoint. Then you have roles. Another word for roles is skills. Another word for skills is people or talents. And then you have a location model. And one of the least modeled is what we call the event model. So let's come back to the roles or people model. And what that is essentially is, once again, the representation of the various roles or talents that are in the organization. So as I'm speaking to you today, one of my roles is an enterprise architecture educator. Another is an enterprise architecture practitioner. Another is an enterprise architecture certifier. And the same thing would be true for business architecture in those 3 areas. And of course, from a person standpoint, I am fortunate to be a husband, I am fortunate to be a father, and I'm fortunate to be a grandfather. So it's not the individual, it's the roles. It's the roles that are there. Now, I'm separating the people in this particular approach using the B.A.I.T model silos and adding this 5th silo we call the people model to suggest that a lot of the mechanization that we're talking about now, as we talk about the next silver bullet referred to as artificial intelligence, there are still going to be, I'll use the phrase roles for people with circulating blood. I don't know what they're going to be calling some of these other devices. So think about this in your own practice. If you're moving forward with the B.A.I.T model and do believe that that is something that you want to continue to pursue, wonderful. Have a great time. I mean that sincerely. If that's your approach, hopefully you're finding success. But please remember, there is one crucial element that is missing, and that is the people model. So add that to your fifth silo, business application, information and technology, and people. You'll be better off, I believe, than what you're practicing today. We really sincerely hope that helps. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then. Thank you for tuning